I'm showcasing my top 5 loadouts again in Warzone 2 Season 1 Reloaded, which I know I just posted my top 5 SMGs and my top 5 ARs, but I thought I'd go back through and showcase my top 5 loadouts overall with the different weapon combinations, my perks, my lethals, my tacticals, and just overall walk you guys through absolutely everything I run for my gameplays. But first, before I hop into anything, I want to give a huge shout out to Landon, Zing, and Santos for having my post notifications on. If you guys want a chance of getting my next video, make sure you guys go down below and hit that big red subscribe button, as well as leaving a like and a comment saying noties. Watch the full video through. But like I said, I have you guys with my top 5 loadouts right now in the current meta. So without further ado, let's hop directly into loadout number 1. Loadout number 1 on the list is the RPK LMG with the Fennec SMG. But like I was telling you guys, I want to walk you guys through absolutely everything about the class setups, including the perks, lethals, and tacticals. So of course, as you can see right here, for my tactical, I have the stun grenade, which I run at all times. Of course, this is preference. If you do want to switch it up, you can run really anything you want, but on pretty much every single class setup that I run, I have a stun grenade. Recently, I actually swapped my lethal to a throwing knife, a lot like Warzone 1 and Rebirth that you guys used to watch me play, where I would get it down and immediately fold them with the knife. And like I said, I wasn't always running it with Warzone 2, but recently I swapped back to it. But of course, if you guys want to, especially with Warzone 2 being more strategic and tactical, you can 100% run a Simtex or anything you want. And then when it comes to perk packages, since we don't actually have custom perks just yet, I think it might be added in the future. I honestly have no clue. You're gonna see for every single overkill loadout I have the weapon specialist perk package, giving you the overkill perk, strong arm, spotter, and survivor. Overall, not the greatest perk package, but like I said, this is literally just for overkill. And then typically at the second loadout, or if I'm running my Akimbo pistols, I always have the warden perk package, which is absolutely incredible in my opinion. It gives you double time, speeding you up around the map, strong arm just like the other package, fast hands, which is life changing. You're gonna see in game it is such a beneficial perk. And then of course you also get quick fix, which is super helpful in those close range gunfights as well. But overall, those are my lethals, tacticals with all the different preferences, and of course my 2 different perk packages that I run across the game. But hopping directly into the RPK build. For the RPK, I have the ZLR Talon 5 muzzle, F-Tac Gripper 56 for my underbarrel, 40 round mag, Demo X2 rear grip, and the AIM-V4 optic. Like I always tell you guys, a lot of these attachments are always personal preference. You can really swap a lot of these up to make sure you feel comfortable with the build. But you've seen this RPK build in my hands a lot. I've dropped a lot of gameplays using it, and really a lot of my high kill gameplays is always with this RPK in my primary spot. So if you guys have not already, you need to try this RPK build. But real quick, let me also walk you guys through the tuning for it. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the underbarrel, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability. For the AIM-V4 optic, I tuned it for ADS speed and close. And then for the last attachment for my rear grip, I tuned it for ADS speed again, and I also tuned it for sprint to fire speed. But overall, like I was saying, this is my favorite primary in the whole game. It literally has no recoil whatsoever. Like, you barely even have to control it, and the damage it does is also unmatched. So like I said, if you guys have not already, you guys need to go through, give the full build a try, tell them the highest kill game you guys get with it. But like I said, this mixes in perfectly with my Fennec build. So without further ado, let's hop directly into that as well. All right, for this Fennec build, it's actually brand new. I didn't always run this build, but I have the X10 RR40 muzzle, the EXF solar flare laser, Agile Assault 7 stock, Fennec rubber grip for my rear grip, and the Fennec mag 45 getting that mag capacity. Like I said, a brand new build that I've recently been testing. If you guys want my old Fennec build that was always true testing, always dominant, you guys can go back a few videos and probably find that as well. But this build has been feeling incredible. So let me show you the tuning for this one as well. For the X10 RR40, I tuned it for recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the stock, I tuned it for ADS speed and aim walking speed, giving you that strafe speed, making you unguardable mid-fight. And then of course, for the last attachment, I tuned it for ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. But overall, this Fennec build is built for speed. Like I was telling you guys, for the SMGs, you want to be as fast as humanly possible. So that's kind of my mindset with this Fennec build, but this also does some incredible damage as well. So if you guys have not already, give this build a try. Some of the highest kill game you guys get with it. But overall, that wraps up my loading number 1. So of course, like I said, try out the RPK, try out the Fennec. Of course, the lethals and tacticals are probably going to stay the same across every single class setup going forward. And then like I was telling you guys before, the perk package, I only run the warden and the weapon specialist. So like I said, that wraps up loading number 1. Without further ado, let's hop directly into loading number 2. Loading number 2 is the TAC V and the Akimbo P890s. If you guys haven't seen my Akimbo P890 videos, I don't know where you've been, but they always go crazy. And those little pistols are honestly unreal with how much damage they do. But like I was just telling you guys, my lethals, tacticals, and perk package are essentially all the same. But hopping directly into the TAC V build. Again, another new build, just like my Fennec. I've actually swapped it up completely, and I've been testing this build out. I have the Tread 40 muzzle, 18-inch precision 6 barrel, Commando foregrip, which is honestly new, but you can still run the F-Tac Gripper 56 if you want, the 7.62 high velocity ammunition, and the 50 round drum mag, giving you that mag capacity. Like I said, another new build, and it's incredibly controllable as well, but the TAC V does significantly more damage than the RPK does. But let me show you guys the tuning real quick. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and gun kick control. For the barrel, I tuned it for recoil steadiness and damage range. For the commando foregrip, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and aiming auto stability. And then for the last attachment that has tuning for the 7.62 high velocity ammunition, I tuned it for damage range and bolt velocity. But overall, that is my full build for the TAC-V battle rifle. I'm telling you guys, another very powerful primary weapon. All of you guys need to give it a try. So if you guys have not already, give the full build a try. Tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. Without further ado, let me show you guys my Akimbo P890s. For the Akimbo P890s, it's the same build that I always show you guys. I have the FT Steelfire muzzle, Rune Express trigger action, 1 MW pistol laser, Akimbo rear grip, and the 12 round mag. Like I was saying before, these things have unbelievable damage and also some great mobility. But without further ado, let me show you guys the tuning. For the muzzle, of course, I have recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the trigger action, of course, I have recoil smoothness again, and I also have sprint to fire speed. But overall, there's only 2 attachments that you can tune for the Akimbo P890s, but I really do feel like these little things mix in perfectly with the TAC-V, especially because the TAC-V is a little bit of a slower option, so you have a really fast secondary option. But overall, the loadout together is absolutely unmatched. But like I was saying, that is my loadout number 2 with the TAC-V and the P890s. So without further ado, let's hop directly into loading number 3. Loadout number 3 on the list is the M4 assault rifle with the Akimbo X13 pistols, which if you guys haven't seen my last few videos, I actually just showcased the Akimbo X13s, and I dropped an absolute bomb, almost beating my PR for Warzone 2 with almost a 40 ball. So of course, this loadout is another fantastic option, of course, with the same lethals, tacticals, and perk package. Hopping directly to the M4, I have the Harbinger D20 muzzle with the high tower 20-inch barrel, F-Tac Ripper 56 underbarrel, 60 round mag, and the MW2 optic. Like I always tell you guys, a ton of different options that you can swap out. For example, the 60 round mag, you can run the 45 because it does get better mobility, but you're going to see the 60 round mag feels more than essential with this build, especially with how fast the fire rate is. But overall, those are the attachments. Let me show you guys the tuning real quick. For the tuning on the muzzle, I tuned it for ADS speed because without it, it is a little bit slow for the M4. And then of course, I also tuned it for bolt velocity. For the underbarrel, I tuned it for recoil stabilization, making you a beam, and I also tuned it for aiming auto stability. For the barrel, I tuned it for recoil steadiness and damage range. And then for the last attachment for the MW2 optic, I zoomed it all the way into close and also tuned it for ADS speed. But overall, that is my M4 build in the current meta. I'm telling you guys, a very good option alongside the RPK, the TAC-V, and a few other weapons. So if you guys haven't already tried this M4 build, you guys need to go through, give the full build a try, tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. But like I said, these mix in perfectly with the X13. So without further ado, let me showcase that loadout to you guys. For the X13 Akimbos, I have the FT Steelfire muzzle, just like the P890s. And then I have the XRK Luke 9 barrel, giving you all that mobility with the 1 MW pistol laser, which is super useful because you are never going to be ADS. Of course, the Akimbo rear grip attachment and the 33 round mag, which is probably the most important part of the X13s. I feel like you can really wipe a whole team with these, even with how fast the fire rate is, and up close, you are putting people down. So of course, let me show you guys the tuning real quick. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the barrel, of course, I tuned it for recoil steadiness, making you more of a beam, and also tuned it for damage range. But just like the P890s, you only have 2 attachments you can tune, but that is my X13 loadout that I recently showcased a 37 bomb with. So if you guys haven't already, you guys gotta level these up, give them a try, tell me the highest kill game you guys get with them. But just remember, you have to be incredibly close to people to use these. But of course, that is my loadout number 3. So like I said, go through, try the M4, try the X13s, tweak out your tacticals, lethals, and perk package to make you feel super comfortable across the map. But like I said, that is my loadout number 3. So without further ado, let's hop directly into loadout number 4. Loadout number 4 is another option of 2 great weapons. You have the TAC-56 assault rifle and the Vaznev 9K SMG. But hopping directly into the TAC-56, I have the Harbinger D20 muzzle, just like the M4, the 17.5-inch Tundra Pro barrel, F-Tac Ripper 56 for your underbarrel, 60 round mag, and the MW2 optic. Overall, another fantastic option that literally has 0 recoil. Without further ado, let me show you guys the tuning real quick. For the muzzle, I tuned it for ADS speed and bolt velocity. For the barrel, I tuned it for recoil steadiness and damage range. For the MW2 optic, I tuned it for close and ADS speed. And then for the last attachment, my F-Tac Ripper 56, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and aiming auto stability. But overall, that is my TAC-56 build in the current meta. Like I said, another option that literally has no recoil. You barely even have to control it for yourself. And of course, the damage on it is also incredible as well. So like I said, if you guys have not already, you guys gotta give the full build a try. Tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. Without further ado, let's hop directly into the Vaznev 9K as well. For the Vaznev, it is another SMG I actually recently showcased. Another fantastic option as well with great damage, mobility, and overall in that top 3 SMG conversation. So without further ado, let me hop directly into the tuning for the muzzle. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the Marquise R7 stock, I tuned it for ADS speed speed and aim walking speed. And then for the true tag grip for our rear grip, I tuned it for ADS speed again and sprint to fire speed. But overall, with the Vaznev, with the X10 RR40, the OLEV laser, Marquee R7 stock, true tag grip for our rear grip, and the 45 round mag, you're not gonna really find a better build for this. Like I said, it has great mobility, damage, and it's just overall a great option. So if you guys haven't already tried the Vaznev, you guys are simply missing out, man. Go through, give the full build a try. Tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. But like I said, that is our loadout number 4. So without further ado, let's hop directly into loading number 5. All right, for loadout number 5, I have the Kastov 762 and the Kastov 74U. Two fantastic options, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be saying double AR, but you're going to see these two builds together are absolutely unbelievable across the map. So I'm directly into the Kastov 762. I have the ZLR Talon 5 muzzle, the Kaz 10 584 barrel, Sigma 4 optic, F-Tac Ripper 56 for my underbarrel, and the 40 round mag. Overall, again, a lot like the other primaries, another great option with really minimal recoil. But of course, you're going to find this build doesn't have the best ADS speed. But hopping directly into the tuning. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil smoothness and bolt velocity. For the barrel, I tuned it for recoil steadiness and damage range. For the optic, I tuned it for close and ADS speed. And then for the F-Tac Ripper 56, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and aiming auto stability. And real quick, for this build, I know I get a lot of comments about the ZLR Talon 5. If you guys don't have the ZLR Talon 5, you can 100% run the Polar Fire S. But overall, that is my full Kastov 762 build in the current meta. Another fantastic primary option. So if you guys haven't already tried the 762, you guys need to go through, give the full build a try. Tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. But like I said, this loadout mixes in perfectly with the 74U. So without further ado, let's hop directly into that too. For the 74U, I have the F-Tag Castle Comp muzzle, FSS Shark Fin 90 underbarrel, FSS OLEV laser, Marquee R7 stock, and the 45 round mag. Like I said in one of my recent videos, this Kastov 74U is like a perfect hybrid SMG AR that can literally do everything you need it to do across the map. It has great damage, great range. It's super controllable. So without further ado, let's hop directly into the tuning real quick. For the muzzle, I tuned it for recoil stabilization and gun kick control. For the Shark Fin 90, I tuned it for aim walking speed, giving that strafe speed and also the recoil stabilization. And then for the Marquee R7 stock, I tuned it for ADS speed and aim walking speed. But overall, that is my full 74U build in the current meta. And like I said, you're going to see with all these attachments and the tuning, if you give the build a try for yourself, it can literally do whatever you need it to do. So of course, go through, give the full build a try, tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. But like I said, that's my loadout number 5. But overall, those are all 5 of my favorite loadouts in the game right now for the current meta. And like I was saying before, you can take any of the primaries and any of the secondaries, and you can kind of do different combinations with any of the guns you want to. So of course, go through and try every single different combination and tell me if any of the class tips help you guys down in the comments below. And if they do, hit that big red subscribe button. That's it for the video.